Xavier?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I won't keep you too long. I'm sure you've been busy doing these all day.
No, you're good. I have to ask, is that a curved wall behind you?
Yeah, I'm actually I work at a high school, so I'm in my
Okay.
office.
Okay, I
And
was like, is it a circular office? This is
yeah, the wall just kind of circles around here.
Oh,
It's a little
okay.
bit different.
Yeah, I like that.
So, first question, Friday night, you'll be in town for Smackdown. What can fans expect on the road to WrestleMania?
So the road to WrestleMania is a long and arduous one, but if you're coming to SmackDown, this is essentially the playoffs. Everybody is jockeying for position to try and get the best spot on the show, WrestleMania, coming up April in Hollywood. It's going to be insane. And so this is what we fight for literally all year. We have Raw every Monday, 52 weeks a year. We have SmackDown every Friday, 52 weeks a year. And all of this is wrapped around getting to WrestleMania and getting a match and getting that WrestleMania moment. So it's almost like I recently got into hockey like a year or two ago, but I got into it because my friend showed me playoff hockey. And I said, oh, I like this. And then I saw, I went to the All Star game and I was ready for it, and they weren't playing like that. And it's like, oh, it's because they're getting ready for the cup. WrestleMania is our cup, and so if you're gonna be at SmackDown, you're gonna see people who are tearing each other limb from limb, and if you're close enough, you might get some sweat on you.
Right on, right on. You mentioned hockey. That was something I was going to ask you about. Um, how did you come? You said your friend showed you, I guess, a playoff game.
Yeah, so I want to say this was, I want to say 2 years ago.
Okay.
I started they were watching a game. Said, "Oh, what's going on?" They're explaining it to me, and then I saw somebody get checked into the wall, and then 4 seconds later, I saw somebody get punched in the mouth, and I was like, Hold on, this is the finals, right?" They said, "No, this is game one of the playoffs," and I almost fainted. I was like, "I love this." I they everyone wants to win, and then they're talking about like some people were on teams as kids together back in the day. Some people are brothers. I'm like, this is incredible. So uh, hats off to all of the incredible hockey players out there, because I just watching it, that's a skill to do all that on ice. Wow.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite team that you have kind of adopted?
The Lightning, baby. Like I lived in Tampa, and so I had been to a hockey game or two before.
Mhm.
And but you know how sometimes you're exposed to something, but your mind's not ready for it yet.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what it was. So I'd been to a few Lightning games living there. But then once I got into it and went to the All Star game, I was like, oh, I'm decked out in Lightning everything.
That's awesome. Yeah, they actually had one of my St. Louis Blues players, Pat Maroon, for a while.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the All Star game I went to, the one in St. Louis.
Oh, really? You were there?
Yeah, it was awesome. I got to meet Wayne Gretzky.
How was that? Because Gretzky's a
Unreal.
legend, man.
Unfreaking real. Like we're sitting there watching the game. We're in a box. They're doing the all the test stuff to see who's the fastest, all that. And the guy goes, "Hey, do you wanna meet him?" I said, "Who?" He said, "The great one." I said, "The Rock is here?" He said, "Not the Rock." I said, "Wait, Wayne Gretzky?" And he goes, "Yeah, he's over there." So I jumped up out of my seat and ran over there and was like, "Hey, man, blessings on blessings." And he told him I was a wrestler, and then he just talked to me for like 30 minutes. It was really freaking surreal.
Nice. That is awesome, man. Um, WrestleMania, of course, we've talked about, but what do you think it is that makes WrestleMania just so special each year for um, the WWE?
It's uh, I think it's the ability that the WWE has to make every WrestleMania like bigger than the last one. I feel like every time that I've either watched WrestleMania as a kid or been a part of WrestleMania as an adult, I always think, man, how are they going to top this? What are they going to do? What's the set going to look like? What are the ads going to be like? There's the whole package. It's not just the matches on the show. Getting to go out and be in those matches, absolutely unbelievable. But the ability to get that moment and actually have that, and not just have a match, is what I think makes it that incredible moment, or the incredible event for us as the wrestlers, but as the people in the crowd, the WWE universe. I think that just the ability to see how hard all of us are working and striving to
Sure.
get to WrestleMania and then the show that we're trying to put on. So when people are in the crowd and they love it like people love it, and they give us that energy and we're able to give it back, that's what really makes WrestleMania. Because even though we're on the road doing these shows 52 weeks a year, constant grind, constant hustle, when you get to Mania, like we're talking about hockey, it's getting to the cup.
Yeah.
And everybody that watches sees, hey, I supported this person all year and I watched them get to the cup. And that feels so incredibly good, you know?
Right. Now, I wanted to ask, you got your PhD.
No, so close.
Close.
Ooh,
Okay.
squishy, very close.
Okay. I actually earned mine in 19. So,
Congrats.
thank you. Yeah, it was a heck of a time, man.
Yeah, dissertation is wild. That's
100
that's where I
pages,
was.
man.
Yeah, I was at the dissertation and then stuff happened. That's a completely different conversation for a different day.
Yeah.
But huge congratulations, because obtaining your PhD is one of the most difficult things that you can do.
It is, man. It was rough, and I was fortunate enough. I don't have any kids, and it was just my wife and I and my dog, and so I was able to focus a lot. I was a coach, and I quit coaching just so I could focus on that. So yeah, it's been even though it's been since 19, it feels like it was just yesterday. I put so much work
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
So good luck with
That's
that, man. I hope you can finish. It's an achievement, man. Not many people do it.
yeah.
Um, being in the New Day, you guys are so influential on the youth. How important is it to you, Biggie and Kofi, to be role models for the youth?
I think it's something that's very important to us and that we take very seriously, because with the way that we have presented ourselves on WWE television, it's something that is very family friendly, very kid friendly. When we started getting hot and really rolling, we always talk about this. We vividly remember there were so many moments where on Twitter someone would send us a picture and it's some, like, 40-year-old dude saying, "Hey, thank you guys for being you, because my 4-year-old daughter, she doesn't know you guys are called New Day, but she says, oh, I love the unicorn guys." And now she wants to come to the show with me. She wants to sit in the crowd and go to a WWE event because she's had her eyes open to it with these three guys that Lisa Frank threw up on, and now she sees Bianca, now she sees Becky Lynch, now she sees Bailey, and now she's hyper involved in this. Like, there's so many stories like that where people have told us that their kids have, we were the gateway for their kids to get into WWE. And that is something that you don't think of as a kid when you're like, oh, I want to be a WWE superstar. You're like, I want to be the best and I want to win the title. All
Right.
that stuff is great and highly, highly coveted and important. But the auxiliary things that we weren't ready for, things like the moment I was just talking about, those are the ones that hit you in the chest and they make you realize, like, oh, that was me, or that was one of my friends. Like, I know that kid, I've experienced that kid before, and now I'm the one who's inspiring them to get into something that I love. Kids sending me messages about, hey, I chose to play trombone in school because you play trombone. Like, what? It's so humbling. And so just really grateful that we get the chance to, even one, like, be on TV doing what we love, but two, that people, it really resonates with them. So it's cool to see.
You and Kofi just came back from a little stint at NXT.
Hmm.
What was that like going back there and working with Shawn Michaels again?
It was unreal, because I haven't personally had the chance to work with Sean on that level like
Okay,
that. I was gone from NXT, so I was the first graduate from NXT, like,
right on.
technically.
Okay.
So Sean hadn't come in yet, so I never had that kind of back and forth with him. The first time that I actually worked with him was, I don't remember what number WrestleMania, but him, Foley, and Stone Cold came to the ring and they did some stuff with us, and so that's the first time I actually, like, did something with Sean. But anyway, going to NXT was great because obviously there's a bunch of incredible talent there. I've been wanting to work with Pretty Deadly for a very long time. I think that they are very talented. I think that they know who they are, which is one of the hardest things to figure out in professional wrestling. And so getting to work with them was great, but then also getting to work with so many other teams down there and just see so many people that are flourishing and doing well. With our stuff being so go go go, you don't always take a minute to stop and see what everyone else is doing. You're so focused and got the blinders on. So taking a second and being able to see, like, oh, the new crop of talent they're good, they're very good. And so being able to go down and just hang out with them and be around that energy again it's kind of revitalizing. I feel like I always used to be the young guy in the locker room, and I'm definitely not anymore.
Yeah.
So it's cool to go around and be around that again.
Did you get a lot of the younger guys from down there and ladies asking you for any type of advice?
Yeah, we talked to everybody as much as we could. Everybody was super nice and super receptive to everything. But at the same time, NXT is such an interesting beast because you have a situation where you're in the same place every week, and so you have people who know you, people who adore you, and they're coming in every week to see you do what you do, and so you have a chance to kind of hone things in a way that you wouldn't be able to hone them otherwise. TV studio wrestling, it's different from bouncing around to different places. So it's cool to see what works for them and what they like to do and what doesn't work for them, what they don't like to do. It's cool to go there to that setting and see what we like to do and what works and what doesn't. So getting to mix and match our stuff with some of their stuff to make a new gumbo, it was really cool because we've been on the main roster for so long, and we've had the chance to have so many great matches with so many great teams and so many great interactions. It's cool to be in the position where we can go and not give back, because it's not charity, but to
Right.
go and actually have a hands-on experience with the next generation.
You've been fortunate enough to be in with the New Day now to basically achieve everything you guys could achieve at the tag team level. And where do you think the New Day ranks in WWE history amongst factions or tag teams, however you want to call it?
Oh, we're by far the greatest of all time.
Mm.
By far. Any faction that you think about, we have been together. We've been together 10 years next year.
Yep.
So what I base stuff on, and when I say that I think we're the best, it's not like a selfish
Sure.
thing. It's because I think that the level of chemistry and brotherhood that we are able to have in reality and on screen allows us that opportunity to say that, because that's what a faction is supposed to be. It's a brotherhood. Nobody fighting each other. There's disagreements, but we talk and we're adult men and we work them out. But I think that as far as groups that have been together in wrestling, I think that we do a very good job of showing that you can have a friendship with a peer that means more to you than anything else. You can make money and make friends. You
Right.
can have a healthy relationship with one of your friends who's doing well. So I think that we've been able to tell stories in a different light. A lot of times it's, oh, my friend won the title, now I'm going to hit him in the back of the head because I want to be the champion. There's enough room at the top of the mountain for multiple people. Be happy for your friend, and you can also win a championship as well.
Mhm.
Less toxic stuff. And so being able to tell these kinds of stories in these different ways, I think that really solidifies like what a faction is supposed to be.
Well, I have to ask, how's Big E doing with the neck? And is there potential we'll see you three together again?
Oh yeah, so we're together all the time, constantly doing stuff. But he's doing well. He's traveling. He's doing a bunch of stuff. He helps out a lot with the what we call the NIL program. They do a lot of college recruiting, so going and doing those, because he's obviously an incredible story coming out from college into WWE and ascending to the heights of becoming WWE champion. You don't get a better story than that.
Right.
Somebody who found that passion and is incredible on the microphone as well. Like he's a guy who's got all the tools. But he's doing great. He's in good spirits. He has been for a very long time. He's a person who I try to emulate. I tell them being Kofi and E this all the time. I try to be like you guys because they're such good humans. They're just the best. Like the night that E broke his neck, he wanted to make sure that he put out a video talking about how he was okay so that everyone else wouldn't worry. And it's like, I'm thinking if it was me, that's the last thing I'm worried about. I'm freaking out. I'm in my own head. I'm all this stuff. But E is such a good and empathetic person that like he's always putting other people forward and before himself. But yeah, he's great, man. He's good. He's good. We just did the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards.
Oh,
And it was
okay.
awesome. It was a great time.
Want to talk video games real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up the new WWE game after work today.
The
Have you had
game,
a chance? Have you had a chance to play it?
I'm literally playing it, like going through my move set. So the Xavier Woods move set is sick. They did an incredible job with it. What I like to do is I take myself from the game and then I reimagine myself in whatever multiverse fantasy. Oh, this is the angry bad guy Xavier Woods, whatever. And so I'm going through and doing that, and actually going through and fine tuning that move set. I've been doing that all morning. So it's one of those things where this feels like wrestling games used to feel. You
Right.
know, when we were kids, this is all we would do. Just lock the basement. It's dark in there. We're playing all of the wrestling games on N64. And then Smackdown comes out on PlayStation, and we're deep in that. We're just crushing it, just killing it. And now I feel like there was a time where the WWE games, they lost that spirit that it had back in the day. This game, I believe, has that. I was playing through the John Cena showcase yesterday, and there's some stuff in there that told me like, oh, this game is in the hands of the right people right now. This is good. This is something that I want to play regardless of like what's going on. Where I haven't felt like that in a long time about a wrestling game. And so, as much as I love this one so much already, like I'm already excited for the next one because it's like this one is so much better, especially the general manager mode. It's
Awesome.
it's so good right now. They had a great base last year, and then they added on all this extra stuff to make it even more of a fun game. So I don't know. I'm absolutely loving the game, and I'm excited for you to get the chance to play it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Well, hey, that's all the time I got for you. I want to keep you rolling along. So Friday night, we're looking forward to seeing you here in Kansas City. And I'm looking forward to seeing you out at WrestleMania in LA.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for the chat.
All right. Take care, Xavier.
All right, you too.